Don't Look Up is about a comet that's gonna hit the Earth and people's reaction to the news. I'm sure everyone will have a reasonable reaction to it. It starts off with Kate looking at a bunch of stars in space. Haha, foreshadowing. And she found a comet. Yay for her. So they're having fun and finding out how close the comet is gonna get to the Earth and... oh. So Dr. Mindy and Kate call the head of NASA to tell her that there's a gigantic comet that's gonna hit and destroy the Earth. And she calls the head of some planetary defense group and they tell him about it too. So now they're all going to the White House in the worst plane they could possibly have put them on to tell the president. They then wait for the president to get there with Teddy, the head of planetary defense, and general themes. Once the president gets there, she completely ignores them and just goes into her office because of some Supreme Court nominee issue. I don't care. At least General Themes bought them snacks.
They charge an arm and a leg for this stuff. 10 apiece ought to do it.
Geez, that seems unnecessarily expensive. They've been waiting all day, so Themes bails and Kate goes to get more snacks.
Where do I pay for these?
It's free.
Really?
Yes, it's the White House.
The general. He charged us for the snacks, but they're free.
What a dick. Okay, I understand why Kate and Randall wouldn't know this, but Teddy is the head of planetary defense. You would think he would have been in the White House before. Well, the president isn't meeting him today, so they're gonna meet tomorrow. Then more Supreme Court nominee nonsense. The next day, they tell the president about the comet, but she's more concerned about the cost of midterm elections, which are in a few weeks, and just blows him off. And her chief of staff acts like a complete jerk the whole time. I don't even know why he's here. So now they're gonna leak it to the press. Yeah, this is gonna go well. Then there's a random scene of some bash company's phone with its CEO Peter. Gee, I wonder who's gonna screw up the whole save the planet thing. Kate and friends go to the New York Herald and they put them on some show called the Daily Rip. But first, here's some random nature shots and garbage, just in case you haven't figured out what the comet represents yet. Kate and Randall are getting ready for the show, but first, Randall has an absolute panic attack. And the show's host, Jack and Bree, are talking about some celebrity crap. Are you getting this movie's message yet? Also, why is Ariana Grande in this? Anyway, Kate and Randall come on, and it's going alright, until Jack and Bree start joking around about it, and Kate just freaks out.
When we're all 100% for sure gonna fucking die!
Well, that backfired because no one took it seriously and everyone just made fun of Kate, and the head of NASA basically said they were lying, and the media is still focused on some stupid president scandal. Randall starts spending a lot of time on social media and it's making his wife mad. Are you getting the message yet? And he gets interrupted by the FBI, and Kate and Teddy get arrested too. But instead of prison, I guess they get taken to the White House to talk to the president, and she decides to help with the comet to help her midterm chances, and Jason is still an ass. I still don't know why he's here. That night, she announces her plan to blow up the comet with a bunch of nukes. Then it shows some random news stories, and Randall's starting to become somewhat of a celebrity, with being on magazine covers and appearing on Legally Distinct Sesame Street, and basically saying that he's the voice of science, because that will end well. And now he's cheating on his wife, so we're off to a great start. Yay, it's launch day, but since we're only halfway through this, there's no way this is going to work. The whole team is in the war room, and this bash guy walks in, because I guess he's allowed to be in there.
Yeah, he's a Platinum Eagle level donor to the campaign, so he has full clearance.
That's not how donating works, so I'm just gonna go with because the plot needs him to be. Hey, the rocket's launched without a hitch. Yeah, let's just start doing that in front of everyone. And since people do stupid stuff, they start shooting Roman candles at their faces for some launch challenge. God, I hate TikTok. Back at the war room, Peter wants to talk with Madam President, and then the rockets mysteriously start turning around. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. After the failed mission, Randall is now the chief science advisor and gets to attend a meeting about it. And Jason acts like an ass again. Seriously, why is this character even here? Turns out they aborted the mission because the comet has like $150 trillion worth of rare minerals in it or something, so Bash is going to create drones that's going to blow the comet apart and then mine the pieces after they fall to Earth in about 4 months. And this is going to somehow solve social injustice and racism. Did I say a reasonable explanation? I meant completely stupid. And Randall's dumbass is all for it now, even though it hasn't been reviewed or tested by anyone other than Bash. So Kate gets pissed off and just yells to everyone their plan and starts a riot. So she's getting arrested again. There's an infomercial for some free counseling service the government and Bash created with Randall as a spokesperson since he's been blinded by greed to make people feel better, instead of actually solving the problem. It's almost like making the main person who's supposed to be helping solve this situation make him a celebrity and getting him rich is a bad idea. At least dumbass got caught cheating, so one good thing happened. Okay, one thing I noticed, why is the media not hyping this comet thing up? If this was real, all the news stations would be freaking out, have a doomsday countdown clock, and constantly talking about how we're all going to die. Also, why the hell is no other country doing anything? This affects the whole planet. It's not like the US is the only country with space travel technology. You would think they would all be trying to destroy this thing, especially after the USA's failed mission. But whatever, Kate gets invited to some party while she's working at a grocery store. If she knows everyone's gonna die, why is she working? Who cares about a job at this point? At the Bash headquarters, Randall and President Orlean are checking out the drone prototypes, and Randall expresses some concerns.
A lot of my colleagues, they've either been removed or resigned from this project, apparently for asking too many questions.
That sounds really suspicious. I'm sure it's for the best. But Peter rips into him for asking anyway, and tells him his data on him says that he's gonna die alone. I guess Kate decided to go to the party. Oh look, she has a boyfriend now. Hey, you know what's great film work? Showing the entire camera crew! And the comet is gonna hit in 25 days, so I guess not a single other country is gonna do anything about this then? Okay. Randall is back on the Daily Rip and is trying to tell the sketchy stuff that Bash is doing with the mission, but Jack and Bree are being all cheery about it as usual, so now it's time for Randall to freak out about how the comet has become so politicized that they can't even agree that it's a bad thing.
And now they're actually firing scientists like me for speaking out, for opposing them.
Again, doing that sounds really suspicious, but I'm sure it's for the best.
And I think we're all gonna die!
You know what, maybe not. And he gets arrested again, and his side girlfriend breaks up with him. Gee, who saw that coming? Back at the party, Kate is, with her boyfriend and sees the comet approaching, and I guess Randall didn't get arrested since he's in his car now and also sees it. Why are shovels $600? Anyway, he calls Kate and they're gonna meet up. And more nature shots, just in case you forgot what this movie's message is. Randall's on Legally Distinct Sesame Street again, although I don't know why they let him on this after his outburst, and freaks out again. And President Orlean is doing some campaign thing, but I thought the midterms were supposed to be done months ago, and is telling people not to look up for some stupid reason, I don't know.
The United Nations have been considering its own deflective mission.
You're just now considering this? Where the fuck was this months ago? Then for some reason I'll never understand, Ariana Grande sings some just terrible song. Just because Ariana Grande is in a movie doesn't mean she has to have a song in it. Apparently Russia tried their own comet mission and it blew up, so now humanity's last hope is the Bash mission. Yeah, that'll turn out great. Well, it's mission day again, but first how Orlean will die.
You're gonna be eaten by a brontorok.
Okay then. They lose 4 drones right off the bat, so this is off to a great start. Meanwhile, Randall, Kate, and her boyfriend go to see Randall's family. At least she let him in. Back at the mission, the rest of the drones made it to the comet, so that's good, but they lose 2 more in the drilling process. The ones left detonate their explosive, but they were out of sync, so the comet is still intact. Huh, it's almost like the government relying on a large corporation to solve problems without any outside review, and silencing anyone who questions it is a bad idea. So Peter and President Orlean are gonna go to the bathroom and come right back.
No, I'll be right.
Just keep that in mind. Turns out these assholes have a spaceship that is set to find a new planet for them to live on as a backup plan. Orlean invites Randall, but he declines.
You have fun with Jason.
Jason?
Oh, You literally told him to stay there. Don't act like you forgot him. Then the comet hits the Earth and everyone dies, with more nature shots, just in case you fuck it. Except for these assholes in their ship. About 23,000 years later, the ship finds another planet. And why are they all naked? I can't show this. Anyway, Orlean and everyone else get eaten by Bronchoroks. How is Jason still alive? This movie is alright overall. I like the goofiness of the concept of this reaction to a giant comet about to hit the Earth, but it gets really preachy to the point to where Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio are literally screaming at you about it. Whether you think the comet represents an actual comet, global warming, or something else, yelling at your audience and beating the message over their head for 2 hours is not the way to do it. Also, I don't know why the media wasn't freaking out about the comet. That seems to be their favorite thing to do because that's what gets ratings. And why does no other country try to destroy it? Not every country would before mining the comet and actively try to destroy it. But the only other countries that do anything is Russia and China tried to mine it themselves but fail. The all-star cast really does a great job with their roles. Leonardo DiCaprio is fantastic as Dr. Mindy. It's frustrating to watch him go from a college professor who only wants someone, even if it's not him, to stop the comet, to become corrupt and wanting to make money mining it. And that's because of DiCaprio's amazing acting job. At least he comes around at the end. It's funny watching his freakouts too. Jennifer Lawrence is great as Kate DiBiase. She sells the transition from having breakdowns and panic attacks her character has at the beginning to just not caring at all towards the end. Meryl Streep does an amazing job as President Orlean. It's fun watching her act like a blowhard and only care about herself to the point to where her own greed ruins her chance to be a hero and literally dooms humanity. I do find it an interesting choice to have her play a president like this, since it's blatantly obvious who she is a parody of. It's like they wanted to be progressive by having the president be a woman, but at the same time they wanted to take shots at Trump, which is kind of odd, especially because this was delayed for so long that he was no longer president when it came out, but oh well. The CGI of the rocket shooting off looks pretty good, except it doesn't look quite right when they explode. It's like they didn't put their full effort into it. The comet hitting the Earth and the destruction looks really good though. It just goes to show what can start off as a good solution with good intentions to a major problem can get taken over by people only interested in using it to get rich and turn it into a complete show. Good thing that would never happen in real life. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.